Welcome to another edition of Coffee with the Goose, where we talk about things that are interesting, fascinating, and irritating. I'm the Goose. I'm back and glad to have you joining me once again. Before we get going, and we've got some great material to cover once again. But first, let's start the way we always do, with a good heaping, helping serving of caffeine, shall we? My coffee, as you know, very strong, like my opinion, and got some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. Okay, this is part two. Remember, not long ago, we had the first installment, kind of a prep show, if you will. We are going to figure out who's the best welterweight fighter in the world. Now, as you know, it's a stacked division. We have many great, one for sure Hall of Famer and several others that are, I believe, future Hall of Famers. A bunch of great fighters. We have 4 title holders and at least 2 other great fighters. So it's like I said, it's a packed house. What we're going to do today is methodically, using the facts, we don't let facts get in the way of a good argument, do we? Determine who's the best. And how are we going to do this? Well, I'll explain it in just a minute. But first, let us set the lineup, okay? I believe, and I think most of us agree, there are 6. The list is 6. There are many other good fighters in the welterweight division, but really there's 6 that stand out. So let's go through the list. 4 of them, as I mentioned, hold titles. We'll start with Terrence Crawford. He is the WBO title holder. We also have 2 fighters who are about to duke it out in LA on September 28th. We're going to cover that one too. We've got Errol Spence Jr., who is the IBF champion. We have Shawn Porter, who is the WBC title holder. And of course, Manny Pacquiao, who is the WBA welterweight champion. The other 2 contestants, if you will, in this welterweight tournament are former title holders. Yes, Keith Thurman is still in the mix. He's only lost once. That was to Manny Pacquiao. And he is a former undisputed welterweight titleist. So he belongs in the mix. Also, Danny Garcia. He's a former WBC title holder. So we've got 6 great fighters to choose from. And we're going to use 6 different categories to determine who is the best. What are those categories, you ask? Well, here we go. Let's start with their record. Now, let's not start out with a big dispute over the record. You big Pacquiao fans will say, well, hold it. He's got the best record. Well, no, that's not how I'm not going by how many wins you have. He's lost 7 times. What I'm going by is your winning percentage. So Pacquiao's not at the top of the list. So we'll go with their record. We'll go with experience. We'll go with the resume, with the effectiveness or the greatness of your opponents on your in your record. We're also going to go with the old standards: the quickness, the power, and the heart or the toughness. So those are your 6 categories. Now, just so you know, it's an exciting time to be a boxing fan, and for many reasons, especially in the welterweight division. Already we have kind of a unification tournament, if you will, that's going on, at least among the PBC fighters. PBC, in case you don't know, is called Premier Boxing Champions. That's an Al Heyman creation. Al Heyman, of course, was the manager for Floyd Mayweather. And so the 3 of the 4 title holders right now are in the PBC camp. That would be Errol Spence Jr., Shawn Porter, and Manny Pacquiao. The odd man out is who many believe is the best, and that's Terrence Crawford. He is not a PBC fighter. He is Bob Arum's fighter. You know, he used to manage Manny Pacquiao. So hopefully we'll get all this figured out in the near future. But let's go ahead and go through all the categories and figure out who the best welterweight is as things stand right now. Okay? Let's head to the classroom, shall we? All right, here we go. The first category, as I mentioned, is record. Now, for you Pacquiao fans, you Pactards, you Pacquiao maniacs, let's not get excited yet. The reason he's not number 1 is I'm just going by the numbers and the winning percentage. So Pacquiao's not in the top. He's number 6. We'll start with the best record, and that's Terence Crawford, 35-0 with 26 knockouts. He's got to be number 1. At least in this category. Number 2, the other undefeated fighter, another champion, Errol Spence Jr., 25-0 with 21 KOs. Number 3 on the list is Keith Thurman, who lost to Pacquiao not long ago. He's only lost once, so he's number 3 on the list with the best record, 29-1 with 22 KOs. Who's number 4? Danny Garcia, who has a great resume, by the way, and we'll get into that in a second. The former champion, Danny Garcia, 35-2 with 21 KOs. Number 5 on our list is Shawn Porter, another champion, and he is up there with a record of 30 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, and 17 KOs. And then Pacquiao brings up the rear. Even though he has a legendary career, he's got far more wins than anybody else. But in this category, the way we judge it, with the record, he's number 6. He's lost 7 times. Okay? I hope you understand the way I'm doing this. He's 62-7-2 with 39 KOs. So there you go. That's our first category. That is record. Now let's move on to experience. Look, we're dealing in facts, okay? So don't get all emotional on me, okay? These are facts, and we're backing it up. There's no question who's number 1 on the experience level, and that's Manny Pacquiao. Oh, let's not fall over here. See, I'm falling over in excitement. Manny Pacquiao, number 1 in that category. And in number 2, is Keith Thurman. With his experience, he's fought many great fighters. Number 2. Number 3 is Danny Garcia, guys. And this is not even close. He's fought many great fighters. He's only lost twice. So Danny Garcia, a former champion, gets the number 3 nod for the best experience in this category. Number 4, Shawn Porter. He's fought many champions, and I'm not even including being Manny Pacquiao's sparring partner, but Porter is number 4. Number 5, Terence Crawford. And number 6 is Errol Spence Jr. Yes, he's unbeaten, but who is he beaten? That's the key in this category. He's number 6. Follow me so far? Okay, that's 2 of the 6 categories. The third is resume. Resume is not so much how many wins you have or your winning percentage. It's who have you beaten. And not just who have you beaten, who have you lost to. It's the quality of your opponents. And again, get your emotions out of this, okay? We all know who has the best resume, and it's not even close, and that's Manny Pacquiao. Whether you like that or not, that means nothing to me, okay? Number 2 with resume is Keith Thurman again. So Thurman's hanging in there with some good numbers, right? Number 3 on our list is Danny Garcia again. Number 4, just kind of looking at the experience as well, but he's number 4 with his resume. And number 5 is Errol Spence Jr. Number 6 is Terence Crawford. So hopefully we're all on the same page so far. These 3 categories that we've judged so far, really facts. There's no emotion, there's no opinion involved yet. Now the next 3 categories, it's opinion. I'll admit, opinion plays a role, but our opinion is based in fact, right? Who's the quickest? Think it over. Who? Yes, Manny Pacquiao's the quickest. You can't deny that. Number 2, who's the quickest? The second quickest in this list, I believe, is Shawn Porter. And again, I've seen several of his fights. He's very quick with his hands. Whether you like his style or anything else, he's got quick hands. He's the second quickest on our list. Number 3, Terence Crawford. I've seen a few of his fights as well, and he is an extremely intelligent fighter. He's got great quickness, great power, but it's quickness. The guy's got great hands and he knows what to do with them. So, you know, Terence Crawford's number 3 on our list with quickness. Number 4 is Keith Thurman. I remember his fight with Pacquiao. He made a good show against Pacquiao, no doubt about it. He got hurt a couple of times, but he stood his ground, and he has great quickness with his hands. Number 5, Danny Garcia, and number 6 will be Errol Spence Jr. Now, when you see some fighters ranked number 6 or last, if you want to look at it that way, it's 6th among the 6 best welterweights in the world. So it's not an insult. It's just the way it is. In my opinion, of these 6 great welterweight fighters, Spence is the least quick. He's got all the tools. All the other tools are great, but he's not among the quickest. How about power? Now, I gotta explain this again with Pacquiao. Well, he's got 39 knockouts. No one's even close. He's got far more power. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Because this is the world's best welterweights. The vast majority of those 39 knockouts were not against welterweights. So he does not rank among the top in the welterweight division as far as power is concerned. Who is number 1? Well, it's Errol Spence Jr., in my opinion. And in this case, again, I am judging, a lot of it is percentage of wins, how many of their wins are knockouts, to make it simple. And Errol Spence Jr. is number 1 in my opinion. Number 2 is Terence Crawford. These are 2 great fighters. And you talk to a lot of people who follow boxing, especially the welterweight division. A lot of people think these are the 2 top fighters in the division. It's up to you. That's just an opinion. But can't argue with it. They're undefeated and they're great. They're very skilled. They're very tough. And in my opinion, those are the 2 with the greatest power in the welterweight division. Number 3, in my opinion, is Keith Thurman. Number 4, Danny Garcia. And number 5 is Shawn Porter. He only has 17 knockouts. And yes, Pacquiao is number 6 in this category, because most of those knockouts are not against welterweights. Finally, heart, toughness. Let's go with, in order to be judged as a very tough fighter, you have to get knocked down. You have to get hurt. You have to bounce back from adversity, right? Well, Pacquiao's been defeated 7 times. And the reason I choose him number 1 in this category, what did he do after those losses? 3 of those losses he avenged twice over. Okay, so Pacquiao, no doubt about it, number 1 with heart in this category. Number 2, I go with Keith Thurman. He's been knocked down twice. He got hurt by Pacquiao, but he kept coming back for more. So I gained a lot of respect for Keith Thurman in the Manny Pacquiao fight. Number 3 is Shawn Porter. He just exudes toughness. I love Shawn Porter. Number 4 is Danny Garcia. He's bounced back from adversity. Number 5, in my opinion, is Errol Spence Jr. And number 6 is Terence Crawford. Okay, there you have it. Now let's do the math. And we'll make this really quick, okay? We'll total them up, and it's kind of like golf. The fighter with the lowest score in this case is the winner, okay? Because the lower the number, the higher you rank, okay? Let's start with the biggest number, and that is Errol Spence Jr. with 25. Now, keep in mind, the lower number, the better, because that's how, if you're number 1, that's the lower number. It's like golf, okay? So Errol Spence Jr. at 25. We've got a 3-way tie for 23, okay? We'll go with Terence Crawford. We'll go with Shawn Porter. And we'll go with Danny Garcia. Now, Porter beat Garcia, so Porter will have to knock Garcia down a little bit. But at any rate, they're all at 23. Let's go with the top 2 And guess what? They just fought each other. Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao, according to my list, according to our calculations, according to all the numbers, they're each at 16. So they are the top two. Well, guess what? They already fought. So who's the best? You're not surprised, are you? Manny Pacquiao. Now, whether you like it or not, and don't bring age into it again, because ask Keith Thurman if Manny Pacquiao is 40 years old. He didn't act like he was 40 that night. I think Keith Thurman felt like he was 40. But the winner, when you add everything up and you followed along with me, right? Manny Pacquiao is the best welterweight in the world. He has a title. He has a belt. Can't argue with it, can you? Even if you want to argue with it, I want to see what you have to say. Give me the comments. I want to hear what you have to think, your opinion on who's the best welterweight in the world. But according to what all the factors that we went over here, Manny Pacquiao is the best. He's been the best for a long time. There you have it. That's it for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. Thanks for sitting in with me and going through all of this. It's fun, isn't it? I enjoy it. I don't want to just say, he's the best when there's no evidence to back it up. There's your evidence. Need I say more? I don't think so. Manny Pacquiao's the winner. Got a great fight coming up, though, with Errol Spence Jr. and Sean Porter. We have a preview and prediction show coming up. Stick around. You'll enjoy that. And more of an opportunity for you to argue. That's it for this edition of Coffee with a Goose. Thanks so much for watching. And many, many thanks for you subscribers. My great producer, Jude, and I really appreciate. We're very humbled by the popularity of the show. We continue to work hard. We try and keep it respectable and fun. And we'll continue to do that. So thanks for watching. And we'll talk to you next time. All right? Take care.